Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hitchcock for another episode of Marking the Times. I've been enjoying answering many of your questions and just kind of talking about current events as things are unfolding in our world today. So again, if you do have some questions you want to raise for me to ask, they don't have to be on Bible prophecy. They can be on other topics as well. But you can go to the website at marklhitchcock.com and submit those, or you can go to our Facebook page and submit those questions as well. What I thought I'd talk about today just for a few moments is North Korea. North Korea is one of the main hot spots in the world today. Most people that I listen to that are experts in geopolitics say that Russia is probably the most dangerous nation in the world today, being led there, of course, by the rising czar there, Vladimir Putin. But I think people see North Korea as maybe the most volatile place and maybe the most dangerous nation kind of in the short term because of their pursuit of nuclear weapons and because of the instability of their leader there, Kim Jong-un. But it's interesting, Donald Trump is going to be conducting talks, peace talks and supposedly denuclearization talks with Kim Jong-un. And so people ask me sometimes about, North Korea's place in Bible prophecy. I think we have to remember that most nations in the world aren't mentioned in the Bible, particularly or specifically in Bible prophecy. We have kind of some geographical designations, the king of the north, the king of the south, the kings of the east, which certainly North Korea could be part of the kings of the east in Revelation 16 because it's nations that come from east of the Euphrates River. But what I see is not so much, that North Korea is mentioned specifically in the Bible, which it's not. But I just think that what we see with places like North Korea, it's just kind of continuing to stir the pot in our world and make the world a more and more dangerous place. And I think in that, we're just kind of seeing, wars and rumors of wars. And it highlights the need in our world for peace negotiations. And one of the things we know from the Bible is when the Antichrist, this final world ruler, comes on the scene, he's going to come on the scene with a platform of peace. Now, he's going to come as kind of the man with a plan really for this world, a great peacemaker. He may win the Nobel Peace Prize. Seems like from Daniel 9:27 that he'll solve the Middle East peace crisis, at least temporarily. But places like North Korea and these other hot spots in the world today show us the need for someone who can come along and bring peace to these situations. Now, we pray for President Trump and our leaders that they'll be able to bring some level maybe of peace or denuclearization to those areas, but I don't think we should get our hopes up that that's going to be something that's permanent. So the Antichrist will come, though, and one of the things that will happen when he launches his reign is the world will enjoy a time of peace. In 1 Thessalonians 5, Paul says, you have no need for me to write to you of the times of the seasons, for you yourselves, writing to the believers there, he says, you yourselves know full well the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. For while they are saying peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them suddenly like birth pangs upon a woman, and they will by no means escape. But it seems to imply there that there will be a time of peace and safety that's coming. And boy, if there's anything our world wants today, it's that. And I see situations like North Korea just keeping our world really in turmoil and people kind of on the edge of their seats and wondering if some madman's going to get a nuclear weapon. And all of this is paving the way for this world ruler who will come onto the scene, who will, I believe, after the rapture of the church, bring a brief time of peace to this world. Now, after that, things are going to begin to break loose. You remember the rider on the white horse is the beginning of the tribulation period in Revelation 6. It tells us he's going to come forth and bring peace to the earth because the next rider, the rider on the red horse, takes peace from the earth. And that's when wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, that's when those things will begin to erupt. So I just see North Korea as kind of a part of the complex of events in our world, as just, again, I've used that word a couple of times, but another one of these hot spots that people are looking for. How can we finally have peace in this world in light of all of these threats that are out there? And I think what we see in North Korea is just another one of these issues that the Antichrist probably will come and be able to solve. Again, we ought to pray for our leaders in the meantime that they can bring some level of peace and denuclearization to that area. But it's just another place to watch as our world will plunge more and more into trouble and into chaos before I believe the rapture of the church takes place someday. And again, send me some questions you have this week. I'd love to answer those next week in our next episode. But thanks for listening to this episode of Marking the Times. God bless you. Have a good week.